The last scientific inaccuracy from the 100 that I want to deal with is artificial gravity. Now, when you look at the arc, you'll notice that there are a number of rotating sections that consist of giant toruses. I didn't say tortoise, toruses, donut-shaped objects. Anyway, I assumed that the toruses were where the gravity was, and the non-rotating sections were weightless. But whenever you see scenes from the space station on the show, everybody's always in gravity. And I still assume that the gravity sections are the rotating sections. Then, in one episode, they decided to break up the arc into its various components and send those various components to Earth. And the chancellor of the arc had to stay behind to make sure that the operation was successful. It wasn't entirely successful. Some of the arc components burned up in the atmosphere, but others survived. Anyway, the chancellor was the last person on the space station, and he was in one of those circular rotating sections, except it wasn't rotating, and yet he was walking around as if he was in gravity. Now, I'm willing to entertain the possibility that they have electromagnetic artificial gravity. At least that's what I call it. The stuff that's very common in science fiction shows. You hit a switch and poof, gravity comes on, and you don't need to rotate your spaceship. But if that's the case, they don't need rotating sections. But they had rotating sections anyway. I don't know. I guess the creators of the show thought it would look interesting to have rotating sections, as opposed to the reality of the matter is that in the foreseeable future, the best way, or maybe the only way to produce artificial gravity is rotating sections. Yeah, that looks like near the end of this deal, near the end of this video. But one thing I want to bring up is why I think it's important that there be scientific accuracy in science fiction. This is why. The more scientifically accurate a science fiction show is, the more likely the events of the show are to happen in real life. And I love science fiction, love science, and I would be very, very happy to see some kind of science fiction event happen in real life. I mean, it's happened in the past. I mean, there were science fiction writers who predict all kinds of technology of the future, and some of that technology is already here. So, if you're going to predict the technology of the future, you need scientific accuracy. If you make up a bunch of junk that's against the laws of physics, it's not going to happen, because you can't break the laws of physics. And that also reminds me of the science fiction TV series, or web series more specifically, that I want to produce one of these days, that I call Omicrona Titanica. I'm going to make this science fiction show so super accurate that real life scientists are going to say, wow, that could actually happen in real life. At least I hope that's the case. And with that being the case, I'm going to consult the top-notch, I'm going to hopefully consult top-notch scientific experts on this and make sure that this show is as accurate as possible, realistic as possible. I guess I'm done here, so since that's what's happening, see you later, Ralph Nader.